What's up, family? Check this video.
Flat out greedy. You ate a whole plate of lasagna, a whole bowl of salad, and now you done ate the whole damn cheesecake?
Damn.
Are you serious?
Whole damn cheesecake. Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's a video right there, yo.
I didn't even I'm recording this, that you guys are my witness that he sat here and ate a whole damn plate of lasagna, a whole bowl of salad, and he's damn near he only got 2 pieces of cheesecake left, and the way it looks, it's like he can eat all of that. What do you have to say about yourself?
He is, ma'am.
That's the problem. While everybody's sitting there complaining that I need to get a job, this is why I have a job, because this man is greedy. Are you going to say something about yourself right now?
I have nothing to say.
You didn't even let us have a piece. I just bought the cheesecake yesterday.
I thought this is a personal size.
Nigga, that's a whole damn cheesecake. I went upstairs for 1 second and I come down and you ate all of that?
Look how when you grab the pieces, you can't just, this can't be a personal piece.
Give me this cheesecake, cause I didn't get not one damn piece. And this is all that's left. This is all that is left. I don't even want none now. This is a shame. I cannot afford you anymore. You need to either get a job, move out, or find somebody else to take care of you. Because I can't do this anymore.
Find somebody else to do it.
I don't need your parrot in the background sitting there talking. You tell your woman that she can come get you.
I'll come get him and have a slice of cheesecake waiting for my man, bitch.
Oh, what? Oh, hell no. No.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafwe. So ladies, I'm sure in your life, if you've ever lived or interacted with a man or dated a man, you've experienced them weaponizing food against you at some point. Like, let me tell you, until you hear someone explain what weaponizing food is, you'll never understand that someone weaponized food against you. Like, this can be done in many ways. For example, clearing all the food even before your children, like enjoying seeing you labor in the kitchen just to feel like a man. It's in a lot of ways, let me tell you. And after you watch this video, you'll understand what I'm telling you. So ladies, I don't want to speak too much. You know how we do it over here. Let's quickly jump right into this video and then I'll be back to give my take on it.
And you see food, men have weaponized food and it's a form of misogyny. You don't know? That is why a man will be dragging for 17 pots of meat. And children never eat. A wicked man, I go sit down, they eat 4 meat, making children they share 1 meat. You're a wicked man. They use food as a weapon against you, and you will be saying you don't know anything. You go market. It's for your daddy. It's for your daddy. Thunder fire that daddy. Thunder fire that daddy. Number 2 is snoring. I don't like snoring. That's one thing about me. I don't cook, and I won't cook for a man. Are you hearing me? I no go cook for you. Not even to talk of give you more than my children that need nutrition, children that need food to grow. I'll be giving you so, but that's why all of na carry belly up and down. You are looking like a pregnant woman because you're always hungry. So they bring what did they even talk? The road to a man's heart is through his stomach. It's through his stomach. Goat. Now why did they poison all of now up and down? Food. You can imagine a man that can cook, a woman that can cook, a man wait a woman that is a food. Can you give a man 3 good food? You are a hungry man. I hate that. Why are you so hungry? And number 2, these are the reasons why I will not be married though. I hate to wake up in the morning and I'm going up and down to cook for you. Who the fuck are you? Have I wake up for 4:30 to cook for myself? Why am I waking up for 4:30 to cook for you? Who are you again? I ask, who are you? Number 2, snoring. I hate snoring. You see that snore when they snore, but because of the food when they eat, you consume so much food. Put 2 bottles of Heineken, you'll be snoring like a goat. Now let you they walk. Now let you they go and they provide. I hate a snoring man. I'm sorry. I dislike. Maybe hate is a strong word. If I'll go make video again about me. Because if I don't give you content, how will you eat? Like kids, I feed you content like boobs. I give you colostrum. You need to be colostrum. Oh, you don't know is the milk you produce in your breast to give to children. And it's highly proteinous, by the way. So a snoring man, I cannot believe the concept, the idea of a snoring man. I can't. They're the ones telling you to maintain weight, but look at them. They're telling you don't be fat, but look at the person that's telling you to be fat. Don't be ugly, look at the person that's talking to you. Then be hygienic, look at the person that's talking to you. Moving around with different type of STDs and STIs. You guys don't even go to the hospital. If not be NYSC where you do checkup last and a fake safe, you go buy for primary health care center fake. You don't even know your health status, you don't know your HIV status, you don't know nothing about your health, but you go all about carrying standards up and down, degrading women, telling women up and down. When I don't invest me for this app, and I'm going to be following you people the way you are following me. Are you hearing me? I'm going to follow now the way now they follow me, because now no they okay. You guys are not okay. A snoring man, take it away from me. Better make they raise goats. You know it to be goats, but you better not get dog for hands. Man, no they woo woo. I know say that my dog the back, or now my goat they do. But I wake up in the morning, there's a strange alarming sound coming from somebody near me. Hey, Jesus! What is that? What is that? Carry your snoring from me, please. It is a concept I don't enjoy.
And I don't want no man in my house eating up all the food either. When I prepare food to last me a couple of days, I have peace knowing that when I go in my refrigerator, the food is in there because there's no man living in my house eating up my food. And I'm talking about a grown, able-bodied man that's able to buy groceries, prepare groceries, cook food, and feed himself. Men will weaponize food against women. They will purposely see you cooking and prepping meals and eat it all within a couple of hours just to see you have to go back to the store to get groceries and stand in the kitchen and cook. A lot of these men don't like for women to not be in the kitchen and have a couple of days off. A lot of men don't like to see women resting. They like to see you performing labor, and they will weaponize food against you just to see you do that. Men know exactly what they're doing when they do this, and that's why I don't want no man living in my house.
Since the conversation about men weaponizing food is coming back around, I would love to share my experience on how this man pissed me the fuck off for eating my food. And it was the last time that I ever dated a man. It solidified the fact that I did not like them. So boom, let's go back to January of 2021. I met this guy through a friend, but he lived in a different state and we had hung out before. So he decided to come back to Dallas to stay with me for the weekend. Now, I should have made his ass stay in a hotel because I had just got my new apartment, but I let him stay with me. The first night, we went to a very nice dinner. It was cool. It was fine. Went great. The second day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make breakfast before we go do what we go dip. So I made hash browns, eggs, bacon, fruit, and a can of biscuits. Now this can of biscuits had 8 biscuits in it. So when I made his plate, I put 2 biscuits on his plate, 1 on mine. Now, mind you, my couch hadn't been delivered yet, so we were eating in my room. So I go to sit down, we're eating, he finishes before me, and he's like, hey, is there more food? I'm like, yeah, you can go in the kitchen and get some more food. Emphasis on some. Now, if we do the math about the 8 biscuits, he gets 2, I get 1, there should be 5 left. I go in to get 1 more biscuit, and they're gone. But I was confused because when he came back in the room, he only had 2 more on his plate. So what happened to the 5? So I say to him like, hey, what happened to the biscuits? And he was like, I ate them. And looking back, I was like, oh, you were in that kitchen for a very long time. So you ate 3 biscuits standing there and you brought 2 back on your plate and you didn't think that I would want one? And he was like, you don't need it, do you? Full stop, my boy. What the fuck are you talking about? Mind you, I was like 170 pounds. I'm 5'8" on a good day. Like, I was not big. So I said, okay, noted. Mind you, the rest of his trip was so irritating. Like, we went to dinner that night with me and the friends that we introduced, you know, all that. He didn't pay for my food. I said, all right, I'm gonna buy me and my friends some drinks. You not getting shit, okay? His last day there, he went to go visit some friends, so I was at home. When he got back, he was like, hey, do you have any snacks? I'm kind of hungry. I'm like, yeah, I got some hot Cheetos in the pantry if you would like some. When I tell you he laid in my bed and ate the entire bag of hot Cheetos and then had the nerve to wipe his dusty Cheeto paws on my white sheets. He used my sheets like a napkin. It was then, like, I was pretty sure already, but that solidified everything for me. So when I took him to the airport the next morning, I told him, I would say I would like to be friends, but I don't even want to be your friend. I actually don't want to know you.
So on the topic of men weaponizing food, I remember the first man to ever weaponize some food against me was my brother. So my brother started off when we were younger. He would like come in the living room where we were hanging out and he would have a snack on him. And I would be like, oh, I didn't know we had those. And I would get up to go get one. And he would say, no, you're copying me. That's what he would say. Now that I think about it, obviously he didn't want me to have it because he wanted to have it all to himself. But I wouldn't get it because he would say that I'm copying it. And I didn't want to be a copycat. The next thing he would do was sit around and wait until I cooked something, right? He wouldn't eat anything. And then when I started cooking, he would be like, oh, wow, that smells really good. Wow. He would have a little piece and he'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so good. You think you can make me some? You make it so good. You make it better than me. So the next thing he did, and this is where I really started to get mad about it, right? Because I felt flattered about him complimenting my food. And, obviously when I was younger, I just thought I was being a copycat for real. But the dish that really pissed me off, this is where I drew the line, was the Jell-O. I would make Jell-O. You know how hard it is to make Jell-O? You got to follow the instructions to a T. And you got to boil the water and you got to do all. I would put it in a mold. And I would put it in the refrigerator so it can cool overnight. I would wake up in the middle of the night to hear scraping, clinking, clink, clink, clink. And I would run downstairs like the house was on fire because he was eating it. He was always eating it. All of it. Sometimes it would be like 80% gelatized. And he's still eating it. And he would say, you know how much I love Jell-O. You know I love Jell-O. You make my favorite color. Like I couldn't help myself. You couldn't. You couldn't.
I am so glad we're talking about men weaponizing food in household. And this is one of the main reasons I'm so glad I will never have to have a man in my house. Because men feel entitled to the food of the house and will exhibit a level of control over it that can become so extreme in nature that even other people within the household will starve at the expense of men having more food in the house. For example, everybody may get 2 pieces of chicken, but suddenly your father or your older brother is getting 4 pieces each. And these people might not even eat all this food, or they force themselves to eat all this food in an effort to exert some type of dominance or control over the food source in all. And if ever you raise your voice to say, hey, some of us also need to eat, suddenly the providing is thrown back in your face. And this man might not have even bought this food. Typically, it's the women of the household buying the groceries. And in the modern day and age, it's also their money being used to do it. But especially if you're a child speaking up to, say, an older male relative, they will use not only their added years as justification, but also the fact that they may be a growing boy or a grown man. And even the women of the house may be told to limit what they're eating or be given these rude notions whenever they're making a plate, insinuating that they should have less food on theirs. And this, of course, comes at the expense of sacrificing the less food for others to have more food on the basis of sex within one family unit's household. And it goes beyond even just at the dinner table. Even if you bring food home for yourself, these same men will eat your food. They know it's yours. I remember having to leave labels on my food. I remember having to hide food just so the men of the household wouldn't use food as a resource by which to further oppress you, especially if that was something normalized in the household. And they will eat things you spent your hard-earned money for, and they'll be like, I'll pay you back though, but it still doesn't replace the labor of you having to go and get, and sometimes even food you've cooked for yourself they will eat. And this is why it's important to teach your sons how to cook for themselves so they don't automatically become a nuisance and a pest wherever they go, and also become a heightened abuser because of how they view food, especially through the lens of the fact that they cannot prepare their own. Living amongst men, you really get to see how they are and their selfishness and what aspects of life will bring it up. It's important to make sure you have a selfless partner, especially when that partner is a man, especially if you are trying to raise a family with him, because he will starve you and your children out as long as it means his belly is full.
So I keep seeing stories circulate regarding men weaponizing food, and I thought I'd share my story. So this is going back years. I was in somewhat of an abusive relationship with my ex-husband. And this started back when I was pregnant with my daughter. He would do things like knock my food over and refuse to give me more or make me more. And then it trickled into me being pregnant with my son. And I could not have a craving around him. Like, and if you've had a child, you know how cravings are. Like, if I wanted something, he would be like, "Oh, you don't need that. I'm not getting that for you. I'm not doing that." Fast forward to when I was preparing to have my son. Mind you, I'm 40 plus weeks pregnant. Like, getting everything ready in the house, making sure we have enough of things, because I knew that once he arrived, the weight of everything would fall on me. Like, I know that the household stuff would be my responsibility, child rearing, etc. Even though I was not a stay-at-home mom, I was going to school and working, but everything still fell on me. But I'm getting everything together, and the day that I knew that he was coming, I had saw my OB. I was 41 weeks that day, and they were like, "Well, we can strip your membranes to get things rolling." I immediately started having contractions, so I'm at home trying to meal prep and make sure that when I come home, I have things to eat. So I make a gigantic pan of lasagna, like not a small little 8x8 or 9x9. I'm talking a full family size sheet pan. I ended up going into labor, and things did not go as planned with said labor. I thought that I was going to push him out and have a vaginal birth like I did with my daughter. And I ended up having a C-section. So I came, instead of like a day and a half, me coming home, I ended up coming home 3-4 days later. I come home, and what snacks we had are gone. Extra food we had, gone. The entire pan of lasagna, when I put it in the refrigerator, it was full. No slices were taken. I had not even eaten the day that I went into labor. Gone. In the sink, pan dirty. And this was just like the start of it.
What do you mean you made 12 pork chops and he ate 6 and then packed 3 for lunch? What did you say to him in that moment? Like, what did you say? Because I need to know what you said in that moment, not what you're telling us now. Because there's no way I'm going to cook 12 or nothing and a motherfucker's going to eat 6. Like, I cannot fathom that. And then you saying like that you had to split one in half so you could eat one today and one tomorrow. Girl, be fucking serious. Like, I believe you, but at the same time, ho, stand up. Like, stand up. Like, y'all just be letting men do anything to y'all and then like coming on the internet and complaining. Like, what was I supposed to do with that information, ma'am? Like, real life shit, what was I supposed to do with that information? I get that it's story time, but ho, you ain't say nothing to him. Why are you telling us now? And I know that's mean. Why? I just don't understand why y'all are tolerating this from men and then like telling us later. I say I quite literally can't relate. I've never had a man weaponize food. But I've also never lived with a man in the household. Like, I've never lived with a man. I've also never had lived in my childhood household. So, like, that's not even something that I can, like, conceptualize. So I had to, like, ask my mom. My mom's a boomer, right? Mind you, like, she grew up in the 60s, right? Her family grew up in the Nation of Islam. Like, my mom's, like, almost 70. And so I had to, like, ask my mom, like, my mom's been in, like, an abusive relationship. So I had to ask her, like, hey, like, did your ex-husband, like, used to weaponize food? Or did my dad weaponize food? Or did your father weaponize food? And she looked at me like I had motherfucking shit on my face. Like, ho, is you crazy? The fuck you mean weaponize food? Like, I explained it to her and everything. And she said, what type of broke nigga bullshit? My mom said, that sucker shit. She said, y'all dealing with some real modern day fucking suckers. No cap. She never heard no weird ass shit like that. She said even the worst nigga she dealt with ain't never did no weird nigga shit like that. So I don't know like what the new gen men look like this. But I don't know. Like, this some shit. Y'all tolerating shit I ain't never motherfucking heard of. Like, the shit that y'all dealing with so far out of my motherfucking reality. Like, I'm like, damn, no wonder y'all hate niggas. I'll be putting up with any and everything for a motherfucker just to say you got a man, or like what's the, like, y'all, I don't know. Stop having kids like that. I know that sounds crazy, but y'all need to stop having kids, because I feel like y'all have kids and then y'all be trapped and then y'all be on here complaining. Stop having unprotected sex, please, for the fucking love of God.
Y'all, I had got my hair done for the weekend, and the weekend is over, so yes, it's messed up. Okay, whatever. But I'm just came across a TikTok about men weaponizing food, and I remember that from growing up with my mama ex-husband. He used to be fucking egregious, but no, F that. I went on a date with this guy. Well, I was dating this guy in my early 20s or whatever, and he was just like, I don't know. We was out to eat one day, and I had ordered like a Philly cheesesteak or something, and this nigga was like, you ordering a Philly cheesesteak, you should be eating a salad. And this one, I used to be like real skinny, y'all. He talking about that's just too big for a girl to be eating. That shit stuck with me for the rest of my life. So then when I had got my next boyfriend, like my real adult boyfriend or whatever, I had told him that, man, what the fuck? We finna go to Portillo's or whatever. So you gotta think, I was like 19, I was like 18, 19 when dude told me that about the Philly cheesesteak. So then when I had went on a date with this guy, we was like 20 or whatever. I was like 20, he was like 21 or something. Or I was finna turn 21. And he was like, we finna go to Portillo's, get whatever you want, da 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 da. And we used to just be sitting there big back as fuck with each other. Shit, that nigga taught me how to cook and everything. But yeah, these men be crazy, okay?
So I've been watching the story times about how men have been weaponizing food against women, and they are horrendous. And that hit home for me because I cook for a living. I'm a chef. I cannot tell you how many times that whole, when are you going to make me a meal, or just those expectations that come along with my career and dating drives me up the wall. So there was this one woman dating a guy. They don't live together. They're just boyfriend and girlfriend. She has her own place. She was kind enough to make him a meal. He goes into the kitchen to serve himself a plate and proceeds to take most of the food there, right? Leaving her with hardly any, which is just insane. She goes into the kitchen to see the portion he served himself, and she's like, what are you doing? Like, there's no food left for me now. Why would you eat up all the food I made? Like, why would a man come to your house and assume that all the food on the stove was meant for him? Not his house, but her house. And he was like, I just worked a 12-hour shift. I am so hungry. Why can't I have as much food as I want? I understand that there are men that have bigger appetites than women, but you're sitting there and gorging yourself. You're eating till you can't move, as if you don't know where your next meal is coming from. That makes no sense. And you only do this when you go to a woman's house or when a woman is cooking for you. You don't do that at restaurants. You're not ordering yourself 2 entrees because you can't afford that. Instead, you want to eat off of the free labor of someone you're dating or someone you're related to, your own mother. Make that make sense. And I heard this other story about this guy who bought takeout for him and his girlfriend, and he decides to eat both portions of food, starting with hers first. She got so mad she knocked it on the floor. Never trust a man who's going to play with your food, who will eat your food in front of you and think it's funny. That's not funny. This is my dinner, by the way. Yes, men are hungry. Sure, they're a little bigger, but their appetites, none of that is justifiable. I'll never understand it. I will never forgive a man that wants to take food out of my child's mouth. That is completely unacceptable. If you go into my house where you don't pay any bills and you eat my son's snacks, I'll never talk to you again. I don't care how petty it is. I don't care if the snacks were free. I don't care if the snacks were given out on the street. If they were reserved for my son and you take them without permission, I know I can't trust you at all. This is my son's dinner, by the way. If I end up making a certain amount of food for dinner and you decide to take more than half, that's an automatic no as well. You eat the portion I give you. I will serve you the dinner that I made, lunch, breakfast, whatever, and you eat the portion I give you. And that's that. If you take it upon yourself to eat more than that, you're greedy. You are selfish. You are not somebody I want to be in contact with. Simple as that. People show you who they are. Believe them. And for the record, the only person or people that are allowed to eat their fill in my house are children, because children are growing. If my son wants 3 of these plates, that's what he's going to get, because he is growing. A grown man with a belly extended out to here, you can eat less. You can skip a meal.
So my son tells me, Mom, Dad already ate all of the groceries and it's not fair. He ate the entire chicken and there's none left, and now I have nothing to eat. So my son wants me to spend $25 a day so he can eat out, because my husband, his dad, eats all the food. And it's true. I'm like, oh, I know. I've been dealing with this since 1998. I used to want to have a bowl of cereal for breakfast. But guess who drank all the milk? My husband. Every single time. It's like he has no self-control. He couldn't just have a glass of milk. He had to chug like the entire gallon. So every time that I'd go to have cereal, no milk. So I would complain about it. And then my family just made fun of me and said I was being ridiculous and that poor Ben, he should be able to have a glass of milk if he wants to. So basically, since 1998, I have realized if my husband loves a food, I just don't buy it anymore. Because if I want it, it's not there. If he likes, say I used to like Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke, I would buy it, he'd drink it all. Like 12 cans in one day, he would drink it all. And now that's what he's doing with protein. So I buy like steak, rotisserie chickens, beef jerky, protein drinks, and he's consuming it so fast that my son, who's almost 17 and hitting the gym and trying to build up his muscles, doesn't get any. So I just went and bought 2 rotisserie chickens, and I'm going to label them. I think I'm going to put a line of tape down the middle of the fridge that says, this is dad's side of the fridge, and this is son's side of the fridge, so that there will be no more complaining. Everyone needs to share.
This whole men weaponizing food conversation is very hilarious because they have no problem with eating a whole pan of pasta, emptying out your fridge, or even eating your children's snacks, all by virtue of being the man of the house. But when it comes to paying for dinner dates, it's suddenly equal rights. Well, where was equal rights when you were emptying the whole fridge?
No, this isn't living with a man, this is living with an inconsiderate man. An inconsiderate man who weaponizes food against you. Much like the story that went viral not that long ago, this woman who made this big, huge pan of macaroni and cheese and asked her husband to save her some. So he saved her the tiniest bit imaginable. Or the other story that went viral recently of the woman who told her man, I'm trying to make a couple of meals to last this week, and she made 12 pork chops. And in one sitting for dinner, that man ate 6 and then packed 3 for his lunch the next day. If he was still hungry, he could have made a sandwich or a bowl of cereal, but instead of lightening her load, he made it heavier. Because you have to understand and identify when you're with a man, is he making your life easier or harder? Beware of men who don't want to see you relax. He doesn't want the meals pre-cooked where you can just warm it up and you can sit next to him and relax. No, he's got to hear you in there rattling those pots and pans around. Makes him feel like a man. It's not a coincidence when your man always seems to sabotage you. Men who constantly make you late for work, or the men who you're splitting bills with, taking their time to give you their half of the rent. Unemployed man that you're currently supporting picks you up late, or who gives you your car back with no gas in it. Part of truly loving someone is considering them. So watch out for men who show you that they're being inconsiderate when it comes to you. That man is probably not going to tell you to your face that he hates you, but if you look close enough, his actions might.
Did y'all see the girl on here who said that she made 12 pork chops? Her man ate 6 pork chops in one sitting and then had the nerve to pack up 3 more to take to lunch with him the next day. So that left her with like 3 pork chops. She didn't even have like enough to have for that dinner tonight and for her lunch tomorrow. He just ate everything. And it was like she was speaking to the point how men will weaponize food. And bro, I have my own story. So like overall, I feel like my ex just used to eat too damn much. Like in general, I would buy snacks for us to share. And like, let's say I bought like a 12 pack of cupcakes, like the little mini cupcakes. I could buy that and like it'll be gone in a day. And I'm like, I feel like these 12 cupcakes should have lasted longer than this. Or like the little Debbie snacks, like all those type of things used to disappear. It got so bad to the point where I'd have to start buying 2 of things, and he would have his own box and I would have one for me and my daughter so that we can share. And I'm like, no, when you eat your whole box, don't come opening up my box, because bro, you want to eat the whole thing in 2 days and then complain that we don't have leftovers. Same thing with dinner. If I cook dinner, he'll just eat and eat and eat. It got to the point where I would literally have to take food, cook it, put it to the side and hide it so he wouldn't eat all the food. Now, this is where things get interesting. There was a time we had our own apartment and we were living together, and his parents had come to visit. Now, they weren't living in the same area as us, so they stayed in a hotel nearby, and then they just came to visit like during the day. But his mom had asked if I could make like spaghetti and meatballs for them. So I was like, cool. I made the meatballs from scratch and they were good. And bro, I made a big tray of meatballs. Like, you know them wide trays that like are the length of an oven? Like, that's about how much of a tray of meatballs I made, because I'm making enough for me, my daughter, my man at the time, his mom, and his dad. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to have enough. Now here's the thing. Y'all know the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And I had seen that his dad could kind of have them greedy type tendencies too, but this particular moment really confirmed it for me. So they came, I cooked all the dinner, whatever. They ate dinner at our house, packed up trays of meatballs to take back to their hotel for later, which I already was like, you know, y'all coming back tomorrow to hang out with us again too. So I'm like, y'all didn't have to take more with you, but that's neither here nor there. Take the food. I'm fine with that, okay? But at this point, after we done all had dinner, there's not really much left. There's enough for maybe like the next day. My plan was for that to be like my breakfast and my daughter, like for us to eat, and then we were gonna like maybe go out to eat or cook something else for that day. And so they came back in the morning, like the next day, and when they got there, I was in the room with my daughter because she was still pretty young. I think I was either like pumping or something. I was doing something in private that I didn't want them to see. That's why I was in the other room. So after I was done, I came out, and like the way our apartment was shaped, it was like once you come out of the room, it's like you can see the entire like kitchen, living room area. And it wasn't that big, but so that's what I'm saying, you could see everything. And the way our fridge was, like if somebody was reaching into the fridge, you would see their back from where I was in the room. So when I came out the room, I seen his dad reaching into the fridge, but I didn't know what he was reaching for. I was just like, I didn't, you know, pay much attention to it. Bro, this man turns around out the fridge. He's got the meatballs in his bare hands, like 3 meatballs in his hands. And he's like, yeah, you know, the meatballs was mad good. You know that. First of all, it's one thing for you to go up in our fridge and just take the shit without asking. But for you to reach your bare fingers up in my container and take out the meatballs that I was gonna give myself and my daughter and be like, this is bad, you should make some more. You gonna pay for it, bro? Like, and so I realized in that moment why my ex was the way he was, because I'm like, your dad is the same way. Y'all both some greedy ass people, and that just is what it is. Y'all don't have no self-control, because there's something gotta be wrong for you to go up in somebody else's fridge, your kids are not, I don't care, and take their food with your bare hands like that. That's crazy work. I don't care.
Well, my favorite cake is carrot cake, and Dale insists on getting me red velvet every year. He refuses to get me a cake I like. It's also not your birthday.
I just can't make myself. I can't force myself to buy a carrot
when
cake.
You're buying cake for your wife, buy what she wants.
There are some men out there who weaponize food. This reminds me of the video that I posted a few months ago of the man that his wife told him to save her some of the macaroni, and he ate all but like a big serving spoonful. Or the woman who tried to cook a big bulk meal, and her husband ate 5 pork chops in one night. Now you have this man who won't even buy his wife her favorite cake on her birthday. If you are so pressed about not liking carrot cake, why won't you just buy her the carrot cake for her birthday that she likes and have yourself a little red velvet cupcake on the side? It's the conditioning you to accept the fact that you can't get what you want. You always have to center him, even on your birthday, even with your birthday cake. It is intentional. My husband recently told me about a story about the late rapper Big Pun. The daughter was like, one time they were out to eat and the wife gave him her last bite. He started making that a thing. Every time they went out to eat, he expected her to give him her last bite. And they started having knockdown, drag out fights about it. You have to understand when men are conditioning you to make themselves the center of your universe. They want to make sure that even more than you love yourself, even more than you prioritize yourself, you must prioritize them. It's bigger than food. It's the principle.
He ordered a whole large pizza, and this is what he left me. I worked a 10-hour shift. I was so excited to come home and eat with him. It's It's not about the pizza. It's about how much he hates me.
Narcissists make your life miserable through everyday things. Most of the damage happens quietly through small everyday acts that slowly wear you down. They eat your share of food even when they know you are coming home exhausted from a long shift. They use what should be ordinary moments to assert control, create frustration, and remind you that your needs do not matter and how much they resent you. By making daily life slightly harder than it needs to be, they keep you stressed, irritated, and emotionally depleted, don't they? Over time, what happens? You stop expecting fairness, consideration, or basic respect. That is the point. Even eating, resting, or coming home feels like a struggle, your entire life starts to revolve around managing their behavior rather than living your own. They do this in countless subtle ways. They forget things that matter to you, but never forget what benefits them. They delay, obstruct, or complicate simple tasks so you are always waiting, adjusting, or compensating. They create unnecessary chaos around routines, sleep, money, chores, and time, then act confused when you react. Nothing is ever openly hostile enough to call out, yet everything is draining enough to exhaust you. The slow erosion of ease, safety, and predictability is how they break you down without ever looking like the aggressor. If you need help with healing after narcissistic abuse, only a limited number of slots are available. You can book a session with me. Link is in the bio.
Ask you to cook small rice. Small rice. This rice is not done, overflowing, and you say you fix it. Put in the freezer. I was batty. And this is not your first time cooking rice. Why are you behaving like this? What came over you today? What's wrong with you? Oh gosh.
Guys, there's this trending video I saw about this guy trying to eat ice cream and his family was shouting at him and saying hurtful things like he's not working, got the ice cream, but he was also filling it up in like a big cup, or those long milkshake cups. And people in the comments are just like, oh no, that's so wrong, you guys are wrong. Yes, the way Budenga thing was wrong, the way they said it, but have you guys seen the topic of men weaponizing food? Some family members weaponize food, guys, especially boys. Some people actually weaponize food, and in households it's different. Maybe when now we tie as, oh no, they said it in the wrong way, it came out wrong. But sometimes but understand? Like, I know people who would literally eat because they be like, oh, tomorrow I won't be here to eat it. So I hate it. Like, oh, you guys don't understand. But I understand the way that the things they said were hurtful and it was not necessary.
Another part about this men using food as a weapon and using food as a way to dominate the household that we haven't spoken about before is that a lot of the things that men do in the household are their way of punishing you for their position in the world. A lot of men are servants in their everyday lives. They're not CEOs. They do not have a lot of power over their own lives. So they come home and they purposely sabotage you and your goals and the things that you say you want in order to feel powerful. All of the things that they do in the household that may seem innocent are not. It is all malicious so that these men feel in control and so that they feel like they are powerful beings. The eating all the food after you said it was supposed to last. The leaving their stinky socks and dirty boxes everywhere when you told them to put them in the hamper. Not paying bills that they know are due so that you have to scramble and cover them. All of this is so that they can feel powerful and in control of something. It is malicious and they are doing all of it on purpose.
They don't want to cook or clean. Sometimes you'll meet a woman that'll say, I don't mind doing any cooking or cleaning. And while she's cleaning for you, you know what she's cleaning up? She's looking at you. I mean, you should be doing equal amounts of this work too. She's keeping score. And so this is a violation of the social contract because they're entitled to your meat, which you can measure. Then she tries to couple this with equal partnership. You're literally giving up tangible resources to her. If you actually measured what you give back to her, I can almost guarantee you it's a 90-10 relationship. You give the most, she gives back very little.
There has been, and there always will be, men out there who try to devalue and discredit a woman's contribution. These same men that say they want a woman to cook and clean and raise the children don't value cooking, cleaning, and raising the children. They still feel like none of that is equivalent to them bringing home their paycheck. Because if that isn't the case, then why don't they want a woman who doesn't cook and clean, who doesn't want to stay home with the kids? That's exactly what they want, but they want you to feel like it's not a big deal. If it wasn't a big deal, then why don't they do it? No, when given the opportunity to switch roles, when they're being asked, hey, I'll actually make the money and you stay home with the kids, this is how they respond.
So, like, I really do need you to stay at home because women are taking all your jobs. Like, y'all are so fearful we're taking all your jobs. So you might as well just stay at home and let us take over. And yes, I will birth your 4, 5, 7, 8 children while that's going on. But I got this. Like, I don't know why you complaining. That's a good deal. You don't have to do nothing but cook. That's all I ask for you to do is cook, watch the kids. Oh, and clean.
That don't make no sense because I'm not no slave. So why would we cooking and cleaning?
How are you not no slave? Women do this all the time.
But I'm not no slave, so I'm not cooking and cleaning for you.
Oh, you heard that, man. I'm not no slave. Why would I cook, clean, and help with the kids? Oh, it's a slave, is it? Unpaid labor, you say? That's what we're talking about. Some of these men, they have a vested interest in trying to get you to feel like you don't really bring much to the table if that's all that you bring, knowing good and well that's a lot. They would never pay for somebody to come and clean their house or pay for a chef or a nanny or a tutor or any of those things. They don't want to pay for those services. They want you to render those services to them for free or in exchange for a ring. But they want to make you feel like it's still not equal to what they do. I bring home the paycheck, so I shouldn't have to lift a finger. I bring home a paycheck, so I shouldn't have to load the dishwasher. I bring home a paycheck, so I shouldn't have to help little Johnny with his homework. They know it's a lot of work, but they want to convince you that it's not. They don't have to actually compensate you fully for it. They don't have to appreciate you for it. They want to convince you that it's not a big deal, but they would never switch roles with you. These same men say they want a traditional woman. What exactly do you think a traditional woman is? What they really want is a woman that's dependent on them financially, where you feel stuck with him, like you can't afford to leave him. It's mostly women that file for divorce. And one of the main reasons is because they get tired of doing everything on their own. Because they get with these men that think because they bring home a paycheck, that they don't have to do anything else for anyone else. Make sure that you are partnering with someone who values cooking, values cleaning, values laundry being done, values somebody who takes care of the kids. If the man doesn't value those things as a boyfriend, he won't value those things as a husband. Don't set yourself up for a divorce. When you're talking to a man, you're just in the dating stage. Ask the man, what do you think about these things? Would you help? What if you work and I don't? Ask these questions. Don't get all the way down to the altar. Don't get all the way down to your Mrs. So-and-so to find out this man doesn't appreciate what you would bring to the table. Because whether I have a job or not, that doesn't take away from the fact that we're both creating dirty laundry. We're both creating dirty dishes. Make sure this man appreciates everything that you bring to the table, and he doesn't think that he's better than you because he brings home a check and you don't. Because whether labor is unpaid doesn't make it any less labor. It's still work. Whether you get paid for it or not, the time and energy it takes to raise a child and to cook and to clean and maintain a household, that is still labor. When you're dating men early on in the dating stage, find out how he feels about that labor and the distribution of it. Because why get the man all the way down to the altar, marry the man, and then find out that he will never appreciate what you bring to the table? There's no reason to even get that far with a man like that.
And he's saying that this is okay to eat.
Fine.
It's okay to eat?
Fall back on the go.
And he has the audacity to be mad at me. Now he's mad at me because I won't eat his raw ass fucking chicken. That is crazy work.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass.
Ladies, this is a big reason, I believe, why women don't want to get married, because everything that men do is just so annoying, is just so weaponized, is just so manipulative, is just so humiliating. Like, dealing with men is just a humiliation ritual in general. Not all men, I repeat, but most of these men, 90% or even 99%. Because tell me why a man will just eat all the food that you had budgeted for like 3 days or something, and you work long shifts, he won't even clean the dishes. And these men who weaponize food always have this big appetite, but no money to provide that food. They'll never buy that food, but they always have the biggest appetite. I remember there's one time, call me messy or whatever. I remember there's one time my ex's girlfriend at the time reached out, and she was like complaining, blah, blah, how he's got a huge appetite. And I told him, do you know that man wanted to come and live with me over here? And she was like, oh my God, with all that appetite, you wanted to come and stay at your place with all that appetite? Like, let me tell you, my ex-in-laws were people with huge appetites. Like, the rate at which food will be cleared on the table in that house used to scare me, used to shock me. Because tell me why people will eat until they sweat. People will eat as if there's no tomorrow. And let me tell you, your relationship around food, especially with your children, is very important to establish a healthy relationship with food between you and your children. Between your children and that food, I mean. Let me tell you, when you raise your children in starving, in lack, they'll always be hungry because they know tomorrow they don't have. They'll always be hungry. Even as adults, those people are always hungry. Whenever they come to your house, they want to eat everything. Hey! Where I've never seen that. Let me tell you, most of these men who weaponize food are the type of men who will come to your house and eat all your food, emphasis on your food. They'll even eat your children's food. They'll take food from their mouths. That is very dangerous. And watch how men behave whenever you go on a date. If that man picks up the last 2 pieces of food on the plate, and whenever you're sharing anything, that is a major red flag right there. And I don't understand how men just want to feel like men only feel like men whenever they are humiliating you or doing something bad to you, something that is causing you discomfort or pain. That's the only time they feel like men. They never feel like men whenever they are doing something good for you. They always feel like men whenever you're in the kitchen laboring, cooking for everyone in his family. Like the man who, I remember this video trending a few years ago whereby this man asked the wife to go to the kitchen and cook as she was lying on bed all day. Mind you, this woman was only 3 days postpartum and she was recovering. And God knows, like, it could have been a C-section. And this man was claiming that this woman, go to the kitchen, you're the one who knows how to make it well. And they'll use such words. That is also weaponization. You're the one who makes it well. If personally I don't like those words, that is weaponizing. That is weaponized incompetence. Let me tell you the truth. So she should go to the kitchen and cook for his family. Let me tell you, some of you men are too kind out here. Me personally, I would have stood up and cast out that family and gotten rid of them from my house. Because tell me why. They know I'm postpartum. They're coming there to sit and expecting me to cook for them. Why can't the mother get into the kitchen and cook? Why can't your mother cook? Why can't you cook? Why can't your daddy cook? I don't care. Or why don't you just buy food and come with it? Don't come to disturb me, to leave me dirty dishes there while I'm postpartum. I would have been the first one to cast them out and tell them it's not a good time. You should just come back another day. Let me tell you, as a woman, you need to learn to stand your ground and not be a people pleaser. Let me tell you, if your in-laws family loves you so much, there's a problem with you or their son. But if they hate you, there's something special about you. It means you stand in your boundaries. You are not easily swayed. They know they cannot mess with you. They cannot play stupid games with you. So ladies, me personally, whenever I had this story of this woman telling a story about how her boyfriend's dad even went to the fridge with his bare hands and took out the meatballs and was like eating. And these men normally eat so badly, like they eat with their mouth wide open, like they make those bad sounds. Oh my God, like whenever I had that, I thank God so much I'm African, because here in Africa, your father-in-law cannot have that much access to your house. Like, I doubt they can even be allowed in your house. Fathers-in-law don't come anywhere near you. You're the one to go to them. Mothers-in-law are messy. They are meddly. Most of them have no brain. They'll come and stay in your house, pretending they are there to assist you. They are not there to assist you. They're there to gather information so that they can go and shame you in the village. Let me tell you something. Me personally, I don't like visitors, and I don't like, and I feel like it's better when in-laws they keep their distance. This thing of going to your in-laws' houses anyhow is so bad, so disrespectful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me, have you ever been in a situation that now you realize that a man weaponized food against you? Growing up, it could be your dad, your brother. Like, these things have happened in communities whereby, oh, your daddy needs more food, oh, your brother needs more food, he's growing, stupid, blah, you men need no more food. Even that man will tell you, you know, I'm a man, you need to cook this and this, I cannot just sleep on rice. That's what men here in Africa claim, they cannot just sleep on rice. Like, that is a very disturbed mentality to have, by the way. Let me tell you, I used to, in my former relationship, my ex-mother-in-law was married to this useless guy. So we would have like a major ceremony, or like we would have something that made us cook that day and cook large portions of food. And then at night, you will still see her going to the kitchen. And I was asking her, who are you cooking for? We've just eaten loads of food in this house. And she was like, no, people can't sleep on rice. People just can't sleep on what we ate. And my husband needs me to cook ugali. And my dear, if he wanted that ugali, he will go to a hotel and eat that ugali. Me personally, I'm not getting to the kitchen after I cooked for like 50 people the whole day. I'm not. That one, I'm not doing. If that makes me a bad wife, so be it. Let me even get a tattoo of a bad wife. I don't care. Ladies, you have to be so don't care. You have to be so nonchalant when it comes to these men, because men love that and men are scared of that. That's the only thing that tempts them. When they know that you care so much, like it's a matter of life and death. If he leaves you, you'll please, that man will abuse you. But if they know that you can leave anytime, they're unsure about you. Like every day, it's like a gamble. Like it's like, oh my God, what is in her mind? I hope she stays with me. I mean, like, it's like they're trying to date you. That relationship will be very fun. But the moment you settle, like now you're so comfortable. Now that is the end. You'll cry. Anyway, I see this voiceover is getting to 9 minutes, and I want to end it right here so that I cannot have problems editing it. So please have a nice day, and I'll see you on my next video. Please let me know, how many of you enjoy my voiceovers? Like, is there any point of doing them, or should I just stop and just compile the videos and post? Please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to engage with you. So have a nice weekend or a nice week, whatever time this video finds you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.